Every time democratic systems are shut down, the first thing that gets attacked is the media system.
There's been a lot of talk in the media about the responsibility to hold Donald Trump accountable. And I'm here to tell you that it goes two ways. We're going to hold the press accountable as well.
The New York Times is totally dishonest. Totally dishonest. The Washington Post gotten a little bit better lately. I took away their press credentials.
The government is interfering with journalism on pretty much every level. Under the Obama administration, these same things were happening. It was just that Obama had the dignity of at least trying to come up with good reasons, whereas opposed to Trump, very openly and blatantly just trying to suppress anything that he doesn't like. Arresting people wholesale and like mass arrests or targeting journalists.
Police in riot gear facing off against the protesters just 6 blocks from the inaugural parade. Unleashing pepper spray, concussion grenades, all to disperse the crowd.
6 journalists, including one of our own, are facing felony riot charges after being arrested while covering the violent protests near the presidential inauguration parade. If convicted of the charges, the journalists could face hefty fines and up to 10 years in prison.
I was arrested at 10:54 a.m. on Inauguration Day after covering the anti-capitalist march leaving from Logan Circle.
Independent journalists Shay Horse and Matt Hopard were all arrested.
The police formed like a riot line on both sides of the protest and then just like snapped shut and then shoved us against a wall. I didn't really mention that I was a journalist until much later in the process because throughout the day and after being like tear gassed several times, it's one of those things that you just have to argue later because no cop at that point is going to listen to you. At that point, they're just in smash mode. The public should care because if they come after people like me that are small time, it's only a matter of time before they come after the bigger fish.
The U.S. has a pretty free press, more free than a lot of other places in the world, certainly. In the current climate, there's reasons to question whether it'll remain that way. There are struggles for rights everywhere in this country. The media and the way journalism publicizes those things is an umbrella under which they all live. So shutting down the way that the media works and the press works is actually like going to kind of a choke point where you can stop the spread of the information that's needed for all these more siloed struggles for individual rights of groups.
I want surveillance of certain mosques, okay? If that's okay. I want surveillance.
The surveillance systems that have been put in place, like potential for abuses by them is through the roof. Cyber attacks on the press are very, very real. With the Trump administration, I mean, these guys clearly don't feel the same restraints as even Obama did. Things could get pretty bad.
If you want to target journalists, a cyber attack is an attractive mechanism. CPJ are responsible for directly assisting journalists in need and protecting journalists from getting into trouble in the first place.
These hackers were targeting New York Times reporters as well as some reporters for other news organizations.
There's a lot that an administration can do publicly and visibly to disrupt, degrade, and destroy the institutions of journalism. NSA has as its mission to essentially hear, record, and transcribe every communication that anyone sends anywhere in the world. The threat that they pose to the free press is only at a beginning. Should you focus on being afraid? That won't help. Should you take measures to protect yourself? Absolutely. Number 1, use a password manager and turn on two-factor authentication for all your accounts.
Secure communications, encryption is incredibly important right now.
Making sure your phone has a strong passcode.
Use the Chrome web browser with the privacy badger, HTTPS everywhere.
You have to protect your sources. I mean, that's going to become of paramount importance.
Bravery or the adrenaline to get through these horrible things.
We just have to keep doing our jobs the best we can. Keep reporting on them and keep giving people important news that they need to know so that they can go about making informed democratic decisions.
This isn't the first time this has happened in the world or in this country.
And because these attacks are so inexpensive, I can't imagine any journalist who isn't at risk.